Hi everyone, in this tutorial I will show you how to simulate the effect of adding a heatsink such as a fin to a heat source such as a computer chip. I have defined one parameter L for the length of each of the vertical and the slanting segments of the fin. And now we can start constructing the geometry. I will change the units to millimeters. From geometry, insert a work plane. You can choose any plane. I will choose the YZ plane. And then insert a rectangle for the cross-section of the computer chip, and another rectangle for the base of the fin. Insert the first vertical segment. The length is L, which has been defined in parameters. And now to construct the slanting segment, I will use a line segment first. The coordinates will be, so the length of this segment is also L. And the segment will be slanting by 5 degrees. So the tilt angle is 5 degrees. The default input unit for the sine or cosine function is radians. So if you are working in degrees, make sure that you insert the units degrees in square brackets. So that's one. Now I will copy the line to create another parallel line. And then insert a line segment to close the geometry. Now, these three lines need to be reflected. So insert a mirror operation and select the three line segments. And then convert the line segments into a solid. So convert to solid, select all the line segments and the vertical segment below it. When you click on build all, you see that you have generated a solid. And now this leg or these segments can be copied 6 times. So under transforms, insert an array, choose a linear array, number 6, and under displacement, you need to calculate the gap size between each segment. This needs to be in the opposite direction. All right. So that's all for the cross-section of the geometry. And now finally an extrude operation is needed. And that completes the whole geometry. In the meshing process, we will select this face, the cross-section. So to make it easier to select it, under work plane, you can click on resulting object selection, and this will create a boundary selection, which can be used anywhere in the model. And now we can go to materials. Right-click and add material from library. So the material for the fin will be aluminum. because it has a very high thermal conductivity, so it's good for carrying heat away from the computer chip. So aluminum will be applied only to the fin. For the computer chip, in reality, it will be made from several materials, but to simplify the problem, I will assume a uniform material. So from semiconductors, I will choose silicon. Select the bottom part, which represents the computer chip. And finally, in computers, usually when a fin is attached to a heat source, the contact will not always be perfect. So to make the heat transfer more efficient from the heat source to the heat sink, a thermal paste is applied, or thermal grease. So there is a material which can be selected from the library. Under built-in functions, built-in materials, you can see thermal grease. So insert thermal grease and change the geometric level to boundary. And this material will be applied to the boundary between the computer chip and the base of the fin. So that's all for materials. Now we can move on to the physics. Under domains, insert a heat source. So we will assume that this chip is dissipating 10 watts of energy per second. And to simulate the contact between the chip and the fin, we will go to boundaries and insert thermal contact. So for thermal contact, select the boundary between the base of the fin and the chip. And for the contact model, you can select equivalent thin resistive layer. And you can specify the thermal conductivity and thickness. The thermal conductivity will be taken from the material which we have used, the thermal grease. As for the layer thickness, we will assume that that the thermal paste has a thickness of 0.1 millimeters. There is no thermal friction because everything is static, and we will ignore radiation effects. And now we need to insert a boundary condition for the convection. So insert heat flux, click on heat flux. If you want to approximate the heat transfer coefficient with an average value, you can do that. We will only do it for a few surfaces here. Since the geometry is simple, you can approximate the vertical parts as being plates and the slanting parts as tilted plates. So from heat flux, under heat transfer coefficient, choose external natural convection. So vertical wall, the length of this wall is L. You don't have to define air in the materials because Comsol will take the properties for air directly. And we will assume the ambient temperature to be just the room temperature. Okay, so select the vertical segments. And we will insert another heat flux node. Select all the tilted segments. Click on convective heat flux, external natural convection. And this time, instead of vertical wall, click on inclined wall. The length of the wall is L, and the tilt angle was 5 degrees. So when you select the shape of the geometry, Comsol will use some empirical relations to calculate the value of h. And finally, for the remaining surfaces, I will use an average value of H equal to 10 watts per meter square Kelvin. So select the uppermost surfaces and the bottom surfaces. And radiation will be neglected in this simulation. Anyway, for aluminum, the emissivity will be extremely low, so it's unlikely that including radiation will help to cool down the computer chip by a large amount. That's all for the physics, and now moving on to the mesh, we will use a user-controlled mesh. Insert a free quad node, and for the selection, select work plane. Right-click and insert a sizing node. Select extra fine. And finally, a swept operation to sweep this face mesh along the length of the geometry. With that, the mesh is complete. And now on study, we have a stationary study. Right-click and show the default solver. By default, the direct solver will be chosen. If not, then change it from iterative to direct. So in this case, it appears, yeah, it is direct. And now you can compute the solution. To investigate the effect of changing the fin length, you can even add a parametric sweep. Click on the plus sign. There is only one parameter which has been defined. The unit is millimeters. And we can select a range starting from 2.5 millimeters up to 20 in steps of 2.5 millimeters. And then click on compute. So there will be a total of 8 solutions. You will be able to check the temperature distribution for each solution, and you can see the effect of changing the length of the fin segments. So as the segments become longer or shorter, what happens to the maximum temperature of the computer chip? And so you can use a parametric sweep to enhance the design of the fin. Under progress, you can see the current value of L, which is being solved for. And Comsol will also open a convergence plot. So this is a nonlinear problem because of the empirical formulae that are being used to calculate an average value of H. Okay, so 4 solutions have been computed already. It's almost half. And now the final parameter will be computed. And the solution is complete now. So you can plot a curve to check the effect of fin length on the maximum temperature in the chip. So from derived values, right-click, and you can go to maximum and insert volume maximum. Select the computer chip, change the units to degrees Celsius. And from the data set, you need to select the parametric solutions. If you keep it as study 1, then it will only take the last parameter. And then you can evaluate. So a table is generated here. You can right-click, insert a 1D plot group. Under 1D, right-click and insert table. Table 1 is selected by default, and you can click on plot. So from here, you can see the effect of the length of the fin segments on the maximum temperature. So initially, when the fin length is very small and it starts increasing, you can see that the drop in temperature is very huge, and then it starts leveling off. So as the fin gets longer and longer, its efficiency will drop. So to select the best or the optimum length, you need to know what maximum temperature the computer chip can take. So let's say, for example, if that temperature is 80 degrees, then you will need a minimum length of about 16 millimeters for L. You can even insert a 3D plot to check the temperature distribution in the fin. Degrees Celsius. So you can see the top part of the fin is the coldest and the computer chip is the hottest. So this was basically how you can model heat transfer for a fin. These basic concepts can be extended further. If you enjoyed this video, please hit the like button and please subscribe if you haven't already done so. And thank you for watching this video.